Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Joined by a swollen Keith this morning. Once again, still hasn't done anything about the, the swelling problem that's going on this week.
It takes a while for the medicine to
Does it? Okay.
kick in.
All right. I mean, some water pills or, I don't know, something. I'd try something. Maybe some Benadryl. Maybe
anti-swelling biotics.
Anti-swelling biotics.
Yeah, that's what I needed to.
Okay. All right. Jeffy joins us this week and then at least half of next week, right?
Yeah, I mean Keith is out
here all week.
already pitching his tent for the for the eclipse.
Right. Yeah. So on Monday, is it going to be cloudy in Dallas? That would suck. For the people who've spent a bunch of money, hotels, airfare, gas, however they're arriving here, they expect like 1 million people, and our forecast is for a cloudy day.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
That'll be fine.
I'm a little groggy this morning. Actually, did something somewhat unusual. BYU was in town. They were at TCU in Fort Worth.
Did you go to the game?
For tennis. And
what?
I've never been to a college tennis match before.
Was it exciting?
So my son and I went. Yeah, it was fun. TCU's like ranked 3rd in the country in tennis. So they handily destroyed BYU.
Yeah.
But it was fun. They've got a really nice facility there. It's surrounded by trees, so you're in the shade.
So you're outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's outdoors. I'm sure they have indoor courts as well, but it was such a beautiful day. It was like 88, not humid.
Clay courts or
no, it's the normal concrete surface.
Or Tarvey or whatever it is. Yeah,
it's a hard surface. So it was fun though. It's fun.
Heck yeah,
yeah. Good time was had by all except probably BYU.
So I mean, do the tennis? I've never been to an actual college tennis match, which I love tennis, but do they? Each team has their uniforms, and they all wear the same uniform and everything.
Polo.
Oh no, it's with their school logo on it or whatever. Yeah. It's not. That's their uniform.
Yes. It's not a full-fledged.
That's a little disappointing.
No helmets involved.
A little disappointing.
Is it?
Yeah, I was hoping for the same rackets and the shirts and the shorts. And the whole thing.
No,
that's a little disappointing.
Sorry.
Never mind. I don't want to go.
You're done with it now?
I don't want to go now.
Done. All right. Also, the Final Four is this weekend.
Yeah, baby.
The semifinals are tomorre, right?
Correct.
And then the championship's on Monday for the men.
Women's tonight.
Right.
What are you talking about? Just blow past the women's.
The women's tonight. Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's Iowa versus UConn, right?
That's correct.
So we get another look at Caitlin Clark.
Yes, we do. Caitlin Mania is still ticket prices through the roof. Audience will be big. Audience will be huge.
Oh, they probably will be. Who's the other side of the bracket?
A little bit of respect.
No, that's why I'm mentioning it now. Despite the fact that no one is interested in women's basketball. Who's on the other side of the bracket?
Know.
You don't know? Okay. All right. And then
I don't care.
So it's all going to be over and done with by Monday night. And then we move on, I guess, just to baseball. It's kind of a depressing time of year.
Yeah, it sure is.
What? Sports-wise, it's kind of depressing.
Baseball is depressing?
No, I love baseball.
Hockey and baseball, this is their, and we're getting into, I guess, the finals of the NBA soon, which is, okay. But hockey and baseball are, in their beginnings of the season. So you're not getting into the playoffs and they're just playing.
Well, hockey's not in the beginning of the season. Is it? I think they're well into it. They start in the fall.
I guess they have the playoffs the same time as the NBA then, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I don't pay any attention to hockey. Couldn't tell you who's doing what this year. No idea.
Wow.
No idea. You?
Wow.
You're all over
Oh,
it?
man.
Are you all over
I
it?
am.
Oh, that's great. Well, tell us some of the highlights.
My favorite was the Islanders.
Oh, okay.
When they took on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah. Okay. What happened?
One of the teams won.
All right. Yeah, we don't need to get any more specific than that. There was a victor in that?
It's disappointing because I love hockey and I like watching the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of NBA when it gets to the playoffs, but before then, have a nice day.
What are there, 80 some games? 82 games in hockey?
NBA. Yeah, in hockey, something like that. There's a lot of games.
And the NBA.
Yeah, and then baseball is what, 8,000?
162. 162 games a year. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. All right, so we've got the brilliant KJP sounding off again, and apparently she mispronounced the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
I mean, she's terrible.
What?
First of all, I think we've
covered that.
I think we have.
I think it's been mentioned on this show prior. I think once back in November we mentioned that she's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a devastation.
Yeah, it is a devastating devastation. Yeah. But here's what she had to say yesterday.
6 individuals tragically lost their lives when the Francis Scott King Bridge collapsed last week.
Francis Scott King Bridge.
Okay, well,
that's a combination between Francis Scott Key and Martin Luther King, I guess. The Francis Scott King Bridge.
The long lost child, the King family, who found it.
First of all, I mean, she has to literally read.
Yeah. Yes.
This tragic story in front of her. She doesn't know.
Apparently not, right? Yeah, one more time. Let's
embarrassing.
See that again.
6 individuals tragically lost their lives when the Francis Scott King Bridge collapsed last week.
Francis Scott
so bad.
King Bridge collapsed last week.
So she gets it right, and she still can't do it.
And she's looking right at it.
She still can't. That's embarrassing.
Oh, man.
How does she have a job?
I don't know. I was just
does
thinking,
she have a job?
why haven't you moved on from her? They move on from spokespeople all the time. What, 2-3 times per administration, per term, really?
I don't know that they have anybody that checks all the boxes to be able to replace her, though. You know, because she's...
Well, you got John Kirby. Bring him up to do it.
Well, I think he is now. He did get a new title not too long ago. So
Have him do this every day.
Yes, they've been battling it out. Kirby wants it.
You probably can't replace a black female lesbian.
That's what I mean.
With a white guy.
Right. That's what I mean.
Can't do it.
You can't.
Mm-hmm.
And
so I don't know what you do.
Well, you do this.
Yeah. And just suffer through it. I guess just grit your teeth and go for it.
It's been a devastation.
Because it was tragic when the Francis Scott King
Bridge collapsed. It was. Yes, it was.
Tragic.
Again, how do you get that wrong?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
How?
It's one of the biggest stories on the globe.
Yeah.
And you get it wrong.
Yeah.
And we know that 6 people tragically lost their lives. We don't need to read that. And we know that 4 people, at least 4, or 3 or 4, have not been brought to the surface yet. You know, they're still removing the rubble.
Debris.
Yeah.
That's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's sad that they're on it. I mean, they are moving. They are getting it out of the way. I hope that it's. They keep saying that it's a multi-pronged attack. I hope so. I hope that while we're removing this debris, that we're starting to build on the other side of the river.
Well, they better get to that.
Yeah.
Because that's going to take 15 years.
No, it can't. It can't.
I know.
It can't take 15 years.
I know.
It just can't.
You said that there was a bridge in. Were you in Tampa when the bridge collapse happened? No. Oh, okay.
When the Skyway got hit.
Do you know how long it took to rebuild that? Was it 7 years?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I drove across the old span. I've driven across the old span, the one that was left standing after the crash, and it's well, that bad boy
rickety?
Was all all the grates.
Yeah,
and you can look out your car, look down at the water, and
that's a little scary.
Yeah, it is a little scary. Yeah. But they were smart enough to put the concrete barriers around so that it won't happen. If a ship goes astray again, it hits the barriers, not the bridge.
That's smart. Yeah, maybe they should do that to every bridge.
Yeah, maybe
now.
they should
Just build where they don't have them. Build them.
Yeah, and it's a surprise that they haven't.
Why don't we protect our infrastructure?
I don't know.
You know, it's like the EMP situation years and years ago, at least 20, maybe even 30 years ago. They were reporting that it would cost, I think it was from 1 to 10 billion. I don't remember the exact figure to protect our infrastructure from an EMP attack.
No.
And they didn't do it. No. And they continue not to do. Why wouldn't you?
And how many times have we heard infrastructure? Whack! Infrastructure.
All the time. That's all we hear. Crumbling roads and bridges. Yep.
And yet, we do nothing.
You won't do anything about this. It's almost as if they want something to happen, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like that. I mean, can't be that, but honest, it's almost like that.
I think this Francis Scott King Bridge collapse.
Yeah,
I think this was just an oversight. It was just we just didn't think about it.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't think about
it can't happen. That's just, I'm sure, what they.
It's only worth billions of dollars of our economy. Mm-hmm. Ships and trucks going in and out of that port. That's all.
Just the I-95 corridor.
That's all.
Where virtually all commerce runs through in this.
That's it, though.
In this country.
That's it.
And it's not just us either. I mean, worldwide trade goes through that corridor.
Well, I mean, that ship was going
every
to Sri
day,
Lanka.
All day. Right.
It wasn't even going here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's you're left with no other conclusion other than they want it to happen.
It is interesting. I will say it is interesting that that's the bridge that was hit by a ship that went down so easily without the barriers.
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone would. That's something. Well, you and I obviously wouldn't think of that right off the bat. But let's say a balloon flew over the country.
Yeah. Oh, that's something they'd shoot down right away. Yeah, they wouldn't allow that. Oh, wait. Okay. That's right. That's another thing they allowed. Okay. Jeez. And another thing we wouldn't even know about were it not for that guy in Billings, Montana, who said, hey, is that a Chinese balloon hovering above our... Yeah, it is. We're going to watch it go all the way across the country. And then when it gets to the Atlantic... when it gets to the ocean, we'll shoot that bad boy down.
We'll show them.
Okay. All right. Good job. And that continues to happen, too. I'm sure they've done nothing about subsequent balloons, and China knows it, and so they just keep doing it.
It's almost as if.
They want something to happen.
It is almost as if.
And we know it can't be that. But
can't be.
It sure feels that way, doesn't it?
It does.
China.
Huh. All right. So also the Biden administration announced a new goal.
We also held our second NATO-Ukraine Council.
Mm-hmm.
We reaffirmed that Ukraine's future is in NATO.
No, okay.
Our goal now is to create a bridge to Ukraine's full membership, offering additional support and greater cooperation as Ukraine makes the reforms necessary to join the alliance.
Oh, that's great. Okay, good. That's exactly what we promised Russia we would not do, and we continue to babble that we're doing it.
We want to go to war?
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's almost as if they want that to happen.
It is almost as if they want that to happen.
That's really weird. Because they promised them, and now they're going back on that. They've reneged.
Well, they'll say.
And they're announcing it repeatedly.
Right. Obviously, they'll say, we're not reneging on anything. We're just saying that in the future, we're trying to build a bridge between Russia and NATO.
No, he just announced they will be part of NATO.
Yeah. There was a longer clip, too, of him and another Ukrainian guy where here you go.
Yeah, here it is. Blinken
Ukraine,
again.
The determination of every country represented here at NATO remains rock solid. We will do everything that we can.
Rock solid.
Allies will do everything that they can.
Sure.
To ensure that Ukraine has what it needs.
Yeah.
To continue to deal with Russia's ongoing aggression against Ukraine, an aggression that gets worse.
Yeah.
With every passing day.
A day.
Ukraine will become a member of NATO.
Will become.
Purpose at the summit is to help build a bridge to that membership and to create a clear pathway for Ukraine
and war
moving forward.
War with Russia.
Of course,
I wonder. He doesn't say anything.
Deserves to be.
Well, he does, but he speaks gibberish. I wonder how long it will take them to build that bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take them to build the Francis Scott King Bridge, but I will never call it anything else now.
And it's not supportive of Russia by pointing out the fact that we promised them we weren't going to make Ukraine a part of NATO.
Right.
That doesn't mean I support Russia. That means we obviously lied, and we're throwing it in their face at this critical time when they keep telling us we're on the brink of war with Russia.
Right.
And they keep doing it. Why? Why?
I don't know.
It's almost as if they want it to happen.
It is almost as if.
Just bizarre. All right, you already know about Sierra Whiskey Company, the people that brought you Undertack, the revolutionary boxers that are changing the game. Well, they just unveiled a whole bunch of new products for the new year. Now they offer socks, joggers, T-shirts, and sweatshirts. All are made in America and embody the same rugged spirit you've come to expect. Their socks are made of battle weave wool. That's 5 times stronger than merino. Their ring-spun cotton hoodies and joggers are incredibly comfortable. And every patriot needs the EDC T-shirt 3-pack. Remember, Undertack isn't your typical men's boxers. They're made with modal. Think of that like cotton, just way better, way softer, 50% more moisture-wicking, antibacterial. Just so great. They stay in place. They've got a great waistband, a great fly design. They're just fantastic. You're going to love these underwear. Undertack is durable. It's ultra lightweight. It's fade resistant and shrink resistant. And as if all of that's not enough, they also donate a portion of their profits to organizations actively in the fight against human trafficking. Just a great company. So stock up today. Undertack.com. That's undertack.com. Get 20% off site-wide when you use my offer code PAT20. You'll get exceptional comfort. You'll get twice the guarantee at a fraction of the price. Undertack.com. Under-T-A-C. Undertack.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
The whole mess with Israel continues as well. It's interesting to note that while they claim this superficial support for Israel, they continue to stab them with their other hand. The one hand patting them on the back, the other hand jamming a knife into their back. Biden has just supposedly warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that we're going to reassess our policy toward the war in Gaza if they don't take immediate steps to address the disastrous humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip and protect aid workers. John Kirby said, in the coming days and hours, we will be looking for concrete, tangible steps that they're taking. Otherwise, what? Are you going to withdraw support? The phone call between the two leaders came 3 days after 7 workers from the Jose Andres-run World Central Kitchen were killed by an Israeli airstrike on a clearly marked convoy. And the president called Netanyahu specifically because of that. And apparently he was quite shaken by it.
That's what they claim.
That's the word they're using.
That's what they claim.
He was shaken by it. So his call yesterday, quote, made clear the need for Israel to announce and implement a series of specific, concrete, and measurable steps to address civilian harm, humanitarian suffering, and the safety of aid workers. He made clear that U.S. policy with respect to Gaza will be determined by our assessment of Israel's immediate action on these steps, unquote. And that apparently marks the first time Biden has indicated a willingness to reassess his support of Israel.
Not going to be good enough for the haters.
No, it's not. No, that's right.
It will not be good enough. It will not be good enough for the haters. And, I mean, they want the whole thing over. And I'm sorry that these people died for the kitchen help people.
Yes.
No one wants that at all.
No, right.
But they knew it was a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they were...
it's a risk.
it's definitely a risk. And it's almost unheard of. Well, it is unheard of that we're sending in humanitarian aid into an actual war zone, not off to the side, not after we're done, the war zone is still happening.
Yeah.
We're just shuttling them in. It's amazing to me that the hatred for the Jewish people and Israel.
Yes. Yeah. And so they're in this no man's land of we're pretending to support Israel, but we're also trying desperately to hurt them because our supporters want us to.
Right.
They want us to cut them off completely and support Hamas.
Yeah, over.
That's really what they want.
And they keep touting. Well, we have a couple clips from John Kirby, too. They let him speak about this instead of KJP, which,
Yeah. All right. Here's Kirby's word salad when he was asked about is there, the victory over Hamas, what that looks like.
At this point in the conflict, does President Biden believe that a military victory against Hamas is possible for Israel?
Obviously, that's going to be up to the Israeli Defense Forces and the Israeli government to determine. As I've said many, many times, it's difficult to eliminate an ideology with military means, but you can absolutely, through military means, decapitate their leadership, dry up their resources, eliminate their infrastructure, their ability to operate, store weapons, train troops. All of that stuff can be targeted with military means. But as I've also said, and you have to keep it in the context of this call, it matters how you do that. It really matters a lot how you do that. And it's the how that the president was focused on today, and the way these operations are being prosecuted, and the additional harm that's coming to civilian aid workers and innocent Gazans.
Right, innocent Gazans. Completely innocent. They've never done anything
completely innocent.
Yeah. What'd they do? They just selected a government that's a terrorist organization. That's all they've done, okay? Get off them. Get off them.
They just want their land.
That's all they want. Well, and Israel's. They want theirs and Israel's because they were offered their own land in 1947. Okay, when the UN did the partition, they offered them. They gave them. They didn't just offer it. They said, "Hey, here's your land. It is Israel. You're right next to Israel, but you got your own country.
This is it.
Same size. Enjoy." And they decided, you know what? No, we're not going to accept that. We're going to take all of it. Huh? Okay. So that's from the river to the mountain range? No. From the river to the sea. It's got to rhyme with free, so I think it's sea.
That's it.
Yeah, there we go. Palestine will be free. Very catchy.
It is.
Very catchy.
It is.
Kirby also had another word salad when he was asked about Biden's support for Israel.
On October 7th, President Biden said, "My administration's support for Israel's security is rock solid and unwavering." That is not true anymore, correct?
Right.
No, it is true.
Yeah, no. What?
It's still true today.
How is his support unwavering, but you're also reconsidering policy choices?
Right.
Both can be true.
They cannot be true. They're completely different things.
No.
Yes.
He is wavering.
No, come on.
How is he not wavering?
Come on now.
Come on now.
As I said, and as it says in that
the worst, man.
We made clear.
Caught red-handed.
And he made it clear to the Prime Minister in his call that our support for Israel's self-defense remains ironclad. They face a range of threats.
Pause it.
The United States...
As long as they do exactly what we tell them, when we tell them to do it, it's ironclad. It's ironclad, that support. It's unwavering and ironclad, just as long as they do everything we tell them to do.
Why don't you read that
and do it
paper
our way, not
you?
theirs. Yeah. This is incredible to watch, isn't it?
It is.
It's incredible.
It is.
Caught red-handed with their communist lies, they continue to use them, to spew them. It doesn't matter what the facts are in this case. They just continue down that road. It's really amazing. All right, let's see the rest.
They face a range of threats, and the United States isn't going to walk away from helping Israel defend itself. That said, you can say all that, and you can act on that, and you can believe that, and the president does, and still believe that the manner in which they're defending themselves against the Hamas threat needs to change. And that is the conversation that we had today. But
again,
both things are
just
true.
do what we tell you.
Support is ironclad and consistent. It's not going to stop. It's not going to waver. But will there perhaps be some policy changes we might have to make if we don't see policy changes out of Israel? Yes.
Yes. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
It sure does.
What part of we're having it both ways don't you understand? What part of we're speaking out both sides of our mouth don't you understand? It's incredible. Oh, man. He was pushed a little bit on Biden's lack of visibility in public on Israel, too.
Where is President Biden on any of this? When he wants to talk about how angry he is or frustrated he is about the high cost of insulin, he comes out and gives an impassioned speech. Where is he on any of this?
He's been talking about this. He's been issuing statements on this.
In private?
No. That statement, last I looked, was public.
But where is he? Why isn't he here right now?
I'm sure you'll continue to hear from the president about this and many other national security issues.
Man.
Why isn't he here?
Wow.
John, he was so...
I'm surprised you didn't say...
He was so shaken.
He is here. What are you talking about? He's here, right? He's standing right next to me. What are you talking about?
That's a great point. He is here.
Right, he is here. What do you mean? He's right there. Look at him. You can see him right there. He's clearly standing right next to me right now.
He is here.
In fact, it is Joe Biden who's saying all of this to you as we speak. They're that bad.
Yes,
they really
are.
They are that bad. Meanwhile, the liberal press continues to try to cover for Biden on Israel because they've got to have it both ways. They got to pretend, for their Jewish supporters, they've got to pretend that they're supporting Israel. At the same time, placating their Hamas-loving leftist base. So Axios did this headline yesterday. White House temperature is very high ahead of Biden-Bibi call. So the Biden-Bibi call was they had to promote that man, he is pissed and he's going to give it to him.
Shaken.
Yeah, he's shaken. Exactly. Citing an unnamed U.S. official, Axios claimed Biden is pissed.
Okay.
President Biden's phone call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, planned for Thursday morning, this was obviously before the call was made, is expected to be tense as Biden is outraged about the killing of 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers in an Israeli airstrike, blah, blah, blah. They keep covering for them to try to placate the left, the far left, who doesn't want them to support Israel in the least. So here's a few Axios and Politico headlines over the last month and a half or 2 months or so. February 1st, Politico wrote, Biden puts Israel on notice. Okay, again, we got to tell the left, and we're doing exactly what you want us to.
Right.
Okay, wink, wink. On March 22nd, from I love you to a-hole, how Joe gave up on Bibi. On March 27th, so 5 days later, the headline is The Limits of Biden's One-on-One Diplomacy with Netanyahu. And April 3rd, Angry Biden stays the course on Israel. They're doing everything they can to try to placate the base that hates Israel and loves Hamas and wants Israel not to exist.
And it's still not enough. I mean, they still
it's
tout
not
their
going to
stupid
be.
two-state solution. No one wants that. Neither side wants
including Palestinians.
Yeah, no one wants that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a silly. I don't even know why he keeps touting it.
I don't either. It's never been their goal. It's never been what they want. What they want is the elimination of Israel, as we've talked about many, many times. It's in their charter. It's kind of hard to get around that. When it's in the charter. The destruction of Israel, the elimination of Israel, wiping them off the map.
Huh.
Yeah. Hard to reach an agreement with those kinds of people when they want you dead. Isn't it? I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'd have a hard time negotiating with people who want me dead. Yeah, but what if I just live a little while longer? Nope. Unacceptable. Sorry. We'll get a Fat Five from Jeffy next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here for you. Phil Sharp tweets, the King Bridge. Is that a Freudian slip of what they'll rename it? Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
That could be.
Well, I mean, who else?
We have predicted that they will drop the Key Bridge name.
100%. They'll put one of the barriers around the bridge will be the Francis Scott Key barrier or whatever. It'll just be a monument to the bridge.
Maybe. They might not even do that because he owned slaves at one point. So that might not even happen. Mega Soto Mikey, I wonder if KJP gets an annual job review. Yeah, and I'm sure she's told she's doing great. You know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's reviewing herself.
Yeah. Right.
She's the one in charge, right? I mean, that's her department.
Yeah. Is she in charge or is it Kirby?
I think she's in charge, and Kirby has a new title.
He's a spokesperson.
So
right?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I can't remember what his new title is, but it's separate. So I don't. Because they were battling out who was in charge and who wasn't, and I think they just gave them each like, okay, well, you're both just you're both important to us.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, Kirby is the United States National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications.
There you go.
That's a mouthful, right?
I don't think you can fit that on a business card.
Business card with that.
It's like a billboard business card. It doesn't fit in your pocket, though. Micah 6'8" is enough. Diversity hires are immune from being fired. Well, that's probably true. Yeah. Stand up, Chuck. If the NATO-Ukraine bridge is as strong as the Francis Scott King bridge, Russia has little to worry about. That's a good point.
That is a great point.
From Gender McGenderface. Hey, Kirby, why don't you get our hostages back, you insufferable a-hole? Why isn't that the top priority?
Another great question.
Yeah. They don't even mention our hostages. We still have, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 20. I hear a different number.
Yeah.
If they're ever mentioned, but they're never mentioned by the administration.
No,
never.
And of course, if you were to ask them about that, we would say that we were in constant communication.
Yeah, right. Sure. Oh, sure you are.
Yeah, right.
From Giblets, what's the over-under that Joe told Netanyahu about Bo? I know what you're going through. I lost my son in Iraq. He died saving an entire platoon of men. So I know. By the way, have I ever told you about the Tibetan plateau where I was standing with Xi Jinping? Or was it Shanghai Shek? Anyway, I've said too much.
Maybe it's about possibilities.
Hey, I was on a platform at the train station when Ange came up and said, Joey, baby, you know I've traveled over 30 billion miles on the train? Anyway, I've said too much.
So according to Mr. Cruz, we have a game today, an actual what does Joe Biden say?
Oh, we do.
Event.
Oh,
so
good.
Before we get to the
those
Fat Five of chewing the fat,
those are fun.
Let's go ahead and play that.
Okay.
And see if you can actually, because you've been pretty good.
Well,
with context, you've been pretty good.
I'm excited. But first, there's Ed H's tweet. Did you notice Biden went to every type of service but synagogue? Just saying. Actually, that's not true. That's not true.
I probably went to shul more than many of you did.
Which is a Jewish service.
And he also claimed that he was at one, which he wasn't, but he did claim it.
Yes, he did claim it. All right, so we got the contest.
We had the contest,
but
yes.
Is this completely without context?
I'm going to give you the first question.
All right.
What is Biden going to do during the speech? So he's talking. Mm-hmm. What is he going to do? What do you think he's going to do? He's talking and he's going to do this thing.
Who's he talking to?
To the audience. He's just.
I know. What's the audience?
The press. It's a press.
All right.
So
what is he going to do? Yeah, it's a press conference.
A press conference.
And he's talking, and then he does something that you guys don't like. What is
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things it could be.
That's a lot. So let's.
And this
see
is
that.
pretty generic. I'll go with don't jump.
Okay, go for it, Joe.
All right.
But before that, she was an ambassador
No,
in
whispers.
the Biden-Obama, the Biden,
He can't even get
the
that right.
Obama-Biden administration.
The hell?
He can't even get that right.
He leans into the microphone. The Obama Biden Polk, the Polk administration, where I was. That was my third administration. It was the James K. Polk administration that I served in. Play that one more time. What is he babbling about here?
But before that, she was an ambassador in the Biden-Obama, the Obama-Biden administration.
Wow. Wow. Oh, he's so bad.
Just terrible.
I can't stand it. All right.
Same audience.
Wow.
Okay, same audience.
Same audience.
There's another one?
There's another one.
Okay.
What story is he about to share with that audience?
Same audience.
So this is the Obama-Biden administration that he's talking about.
Yes,
so he's gonna be
this is
bringing up travel.
good job. This is the Obama-Biden administration. What story is he about to
is this
say?
about his ancestry? I'm going to go with that. It's
Ancestry?
like whoever is there, he's talking about some kind of.
Okay, go for it, Joe.
I was once asked by Xi Jinping and traveled 17,000 miles with him on the Tibetan Plateau. And he looked at me and he said to me, "Can you define America?" And I could say the same thing if he asked me to define Greece. I said, yes, one word. And I mean it sincerely. It's recorded.
You got to be kidding.
I said one word, possibilities.
I mean, it's about Greece again as well. What are we?
So Greek is defined in one word, possibilities.
Yes.
United States
is
defined in one word, possibilities.
Yes.
I guess Canada can be
We all
defined
are.
in one
Possibilities.
word. Possibilities.
We all are.
I guess there's no possibilities in Russia or China. There's no possibilities. Sorry. You guys can't have our word. That only belongs
to America.
To America. Well, and Greece.
Well, and Greece.
And Canada. In Mexico. In Chile. And
Guadalajara.
Manawa, Nicaragua. He's on the Tibetan Plateau again.
Man.
And as always, it's not compelling. It's not interesting. No one cares. I don't know why you continue to tell it over and over as if it's the first, like nobody's heard this.
I will say that's your answer.
Wow.
That's your answer from John Kirby why Joe Biden isn't out there telling us about this right now.
He's such a buffoon. He's so bad.
He can't.
At everything.
He can't. Because he can't.
No, you can't.
He'd be out here. You're right. I'm surprised John Kirby didn't say he is here. But
I know.
It is a fact that he can't. That's why he's not out here. And you know that, Peter. So why don't you quit asking?
You know that, Peter.
Why don't you quit asking me?
Yeah, Pete.
You know why he's hiding right now. Because he's an absolute demented buffoon. And he's an embarrassment to America.
And stop asking me about it.
And the more he talks, the faster his polls shrink. So, Peter, you know we can't put him out there. That's why.
So shut up.
All right, before we get to the Fat Five, let me tell you about the Fearless Roll Call event that's happening with Jason Whitlock. Our nation and our culture have sunk deeper and deeper into immoral quicksand. It's really obvious that men, in particular, have lost their way. We're not the righteous and courageous leaders America needs, and they need that. We need that now more than ever. So that's why Jason Whitlock has put together this incredible event, which is coming up. This is a great way to be inspired, to get together with like-minded people, to hear fantastic, inspirational speeches. It's a summit in Nashville, Tennessee, that invites believers to fellowship together across our superficial differences and adopt the mindset and strategies that will allow us to conquer the demonic forces tearing us apart right now. So Jason partnered with country music star John Rich for Roll Call 2.0 presented by Preborn. It's Saturday, June 1st in Nashville. Come for the great music, the food, the fellowship, and be transformed by the biblically inspired messages delivered by Jason, Glenn Beck, North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, Pastor E.W. Jackson, and lots more. As it says in Hebrews, godly men must come together and encourage each other toward love and good deeds. So go to fearlessarmyrollcall.com. fearlessarmyrollcall.com and reserve your spot.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And Jeffy has the Fat Five for us this morning.
Everything is fine. The bird flu pandemic, we now believe, will be 100 times worse than COVID.
Yes,
could be on the horizon.
Gosh. Talk about fear-mongering.
This entire article,
one person has it.
Would, possibly.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yep.
But they talk about 52% in the past. Once it's mutated into infecting humans, they are saying that we're hoping that the fatality rate drops, because in the past 52% of humans who have contacted H5N1
have died.
Yeah, that's a big number.
It's very deadly.
Now the guy in Texas got pink eye.
Really?
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, he's got it's bird flu, but he got it's really just pink eye.
So he's not even that sick.
No, I mean he's got obviously stay away, go over there, but it's just conjunctivitis.
So we've got two birds laying dead on the ground. Does that mean that they died from bird flu?
That's exactly what
that means.
That's
okay.
exactly.
Thank you, Reuters. I'm sure they had somebody conduct an autopsy on the two birds that were dead, and sure enough, bird flu.
What's good though? What's good about this is the U.S. is already testing components used to create a vaccine for the virus.
Oh, thank goodness!
And the two candidate
mRNA vaccine hopefully
appear to be well matched against the H5N1. So
let's get that going too.
Even our girl KJP, said the Biden administration is monitoring the threat.
Oh, thank goodness! Well, they're on it.
They're on it.
Like Blue Bonnet, everything's fine. And that's how you started.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of our friends at the White House, they have directed NASA to establish a new time standard for the moon by 2026.
Lunar time.
It's going to be Coordinated Lunar Time, LTC. I mean, I'm fired up about the actual moon watches, man. That would be cool. LTC watch.
Yeah, I like that.
It's $1 million idea, man. I love that. So LTC, Coordinated Lunar Time, will be developed in collaboration with several government agencies and departments and international partners, including China, India, and several other countries will come together to work on, and Japan will come to work on.
Do they use the same moon we do?
They do.
That's weird.
They do.
Huh. All right.
I mean, it's going to be a fight for land on the moon.
Because I was going to say, what business is it of theirs?
Because
that's our moon.
We have to be right. We have to be together.
Oh, okay.
We have to be together.
All right.
And the time zone is just the start of creating a fully functional moon economy. DARPA and the R&D agency under the Department of Defense has already started collaborating with companies to develop a lunar railroad, among other moon tech, to transport supplies and materials around the surface of the moon.
My gosh.
They've also hired
what
three
a waste
companies.
Of time. This is never going to happen.
Whoa.
Never going to happen.
They've also announced that they've hired three companies to come up with preliminary designs for vehicles to take astronauts around the lunar South Pole region in the coming years. The companies are Intuitive Machines of Houston, and in this story it says, which successfully landed a robotic spacecraft on the moon. Did they?
Yeah,
did they?
For about 5 minutes.
Lunar Outpost of Golden, Colorado, and Ventura Astrolab of Hawthorne, California, and one of the three will actually get to build the vehicle for NASA and send it to the moon. So, man, of course, I mean, with this administration, you have to have a railroad.
Yes.
You have to have a railroad.
Right.
Railroad on the moon. Stop it.
Dumb.
And we found out yesterday that KISS, the band, the hard rock quartet, sold their catalog, brand name, and IP to Swedish company Pop House Entertainment, which they say the deal was estimated at over $300 million for the entire package. That seems
Light?
It seems a little light for brand name, IP, and their catalog.
Yeah.
But they claim that they're working with Pop House because they've worked with Pop House before. That's the company that does the. They was founded by Abba's Bjorn Ulvaeus, that started the Abba Voyage with the digital avatars, and that's also in partnership with George Lucas's Industrial Light and Magic. And so their final show in New York, they used the Kiss avatars that Pop House had created. So they're already working on an avatar show scheduled to launch in 2027, I think. And Gene Simmons said, hey, we're working with Pop House, and we haven't washed our hands of Kiss. We've just washed our hands of live touring. But, I mean, brand name, catalog, and IP, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's everything. I mean, it's not going to take long before Pop House says, Gene, just take it easy. And we'll go ahead and take care of it, okay? I mean, they also have an investment, and this is going to excite you, Pat. Cyndi Lauper has entered a partnership with the company.
Finally. Finally. How long have I been clamoring?
I know, that's why I'm saying.
For Cyndi Lauper to enter into a partnership.
They're going to have an immersive
Pop House.
They've got an immersive performance project that she's calling Immersive Theater Piece.
Finally.
And that's something good. And I know what you're thinking. Is this the same company that's doing the Elvis Avatar show? No.
No. Okay.
It's not.
Right.
Elvis Evolution, the digital version of the King, was created by Layered Reality. And they're the creators of the AI-powered Elvis Avatar, so it's not the same company. That virtual performance is going to be supposed to start this year in London, and then Vegas, Berlin, Tokyo. So that's exciting times.
Oh, man.
See the King Avatar? Ooh. Come on, baby. Come on.
Can't wait.
And, then, of course, we got more news on J-Lo, your girl. Jennifer Lopez, rebranding her concert tour. She'd been struggling. They canceled dates. They canceled like 7 dates on her tour.
Oh, wow.
Due
to lack of sales?
Yeah. Now they're transforming the This Is Me Live. It was This Is Me Now tour, because that was her whole deal. This Is Me Now and the greatest story never told, all of that. It's now going to be This Is Me Live, the greatest hits. Please come and see me.
Yeah, please. I'm running out of money. Please come see my show.
She invested a lot of money, her own money, to like $20 million into the films and the tour. So
she needs you to come.
Please,
she needs you to
go see Jenny from the Block.
Man,
come on,
color me there, would you? Mark me down. Definite. No.
I see that hurts.
A definite hard. No.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With some tweets to share, Peekapool, the leadership leading Pokemon, KJP's job review. So, Peekapool does believe KJP has yearly and annual review, and it goes a little something like this. Are you still black? Are you still a lesbian? Are you still an immigrant? Good job. Keep it up.
Get on out of here. You're fine.
James Miller. Guys, this is the King Bridge situation. It'll be named the Elijah Cummings Memorial Bridge since he was from Baltimore. We talked about this the other day. I actually think, we believe, it's going to be named the Freddie Gray Memorial Bridge.
There's no way, because
named after the kid that was shot by police in Baltimore.
He was in custody, and they killed him. It's because thinking, Pelosi's dad was mayor of Baltimore for years and years, but you can't.
Oh yeah,
they won't give it to a white guy.
No, right?
No way.
Nope. From Patrick Hill, do you think there's a dartboard in the White House with a pic of Ducey taped to it? Unburdened smallmouth bass. Forever War Inc. doesn't want peace anywhere. That's for sure. Furthermore, the Hamas threat could be ended, but nobody, not even the Israelis, have the giblets to do it.
I don't want to believe that.
Let's be frank, in Pennsylvania, our getting involved in Ukraine should not even be up to our so-called representatives in D.C. Place it on the ballot. Then we would be a democracy, right? Direct democracy.
Yeah.
By a nationwide show of hands, who would like our country to be steered into a major war? That would not go well for them.
No, it would not.
That would not go well.
No, it would not.
PSYOP plant tweets, will there be Moon Standard Time and Moon Daylight Savings Time? Asking for a friend.
I mean, there could be.
There
could be. There's going to be lunar changes to the time, right? So they're going to have to have some kind of update.
They absolutely have to have that. They sure do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Let me tell you about Fast Growing Trees. The biggest online nursery in the United States. They have over 10,000 different plants and 2 million happy customers in the U.S. They have everything you could possibly want. Fruit trees, palm trees, evergreens, lots of house plants, and a lot more. Whatever you're interested in, they have it for you.
Yeah.
And you'll find the perfect fit for your climate and your space. It's so important because the climate here in Texas is completely different than, the climate in, say, Utah or Maine or Dubuque, Iowa. Completely different.
The same shrubbery in Dubuque isn't good for you.
It isn't
good for you.
No, it won't work well for you.
Or where you live. I'm a satisfied customer. I love it.
Yeah, me too. Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
good.
Look, when I can order something and not have to leave my home, and it comes to my house, I'm a fan.
I love it, and it works out well,
Yes.
and it comes with a satisfaction guarantee. I love it. This spring, they have the best deals online, up to half off on select plants and other deals. And because you're listening and watching this show, you get 15% off your first purchase when you use the offer code PAT at checkout. That's an additional 15% off. FastGrowingTrees.com. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. FastGrowingTrees.com. Offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply.
That gray is unleashed.
Indeed. See where New Jersey is pushing back on New York City's $15 entry fee to get into Manhattan.
Yeah, they're a little unhappy.
They're pissed. You know how many people commute to New York City every day from Jersey? 400,000 a day.
Yeah.
So, they don't like this. They don't like it. You didn't ask us about it, is kind of what they're saying. But New York, I'm sure, doesn't care.
Oh, no. And plus, the reason they didn't ask them is because they don't care.
Yeah, right. Right. So they're suing. They're suing New York. But is it anything going to come of it?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean, they're making the case that, hey, all you're doing is just moving all the smog here.
Yes. Yes! And that's true.
It is.
Right?
Not doing
so you're not
else.
driving you're going to drive somewhere. And you're putting a huge burden on the transit system.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You've already got, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people on it every day.
That system is already burdened.
Yeah. Yeah. You talk about late trains. Have another 400,000 people just jumping on the trains every morning.
Right.
No, thank you. No.
I mean, the traffic is amazing, right? I mean, I lived for a short period of time in Weehawken, New Jersey, right by the opening of the Lincoln Tunnel going into Manhattan.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a nonstop affair.
The traffic there?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that'll be interesting to watch that unfold as New York continues not to give a rat's anus about anybody else. They couldn't care less. This is maybe the feel-good story of the week, though. Scottish First Minister Humza Yousaf.
Love him.
Who is a proponent of the nation's new hate crime law that they just passed, and J.K. Rowling was challenging that. Yeah. She said, come arrest me for saying that, women are women and men are men. Come get me. Put me in jail over that. But it took effect yesterday for the first time, and according to the BBC, thousands of complaints have been made under the new law already, like 4,000 complaints already. God. And most of them were against the Scottish First Minister Humza Yousaf.
That's awesome.
Because he made a speech complaining about the number of white leaders in the nation. And he advocated for more diversity in leadership roles. But he did so in a fashion that was, racist and anti-white. And so they used the new law to complain about him. I love it.
That's awesome.
Brilliant.
Good.
Brilliant.
Good.
Scottish police responded to a large number of complaints, telling the BBC they already looked into his comments back in 2020 and determined that there was nothing criminal about what he said.
Of course.
Even under the new law? Come on. They also confirmed that the new law would not be implemented retroactively. Okay, so this is for an old speech, I guess.
Okay.
Community Safety, Siobhan Brown. He's the community safety coordinator. He weighed in on the complaints that overwhelmed police in the early hours, worrying that a good portion of them could be classified as fake and vexatious. What did you think was going to happen, you morons? Come on. I mean, anybody who complains about, they hurt my feelings online, and you're going to arrest them for that? You deserve the fake and vexatious calls.
Every second of them.
He blamed the misinformation for the influx, but said police were equipped to deal with this situation. Went on to assure the public that there would be a high standard set for what would actually be considered criminal. Yeah, I bet. That high standard is...
whether we like you or not.
Yeah. Are you white? If you're white, then you're vexatious to us right now. Okay? It's fake and vexatious. I don't want to hear from you. Anybody else? Yeah, we'll treat your complaint seriously. You bet. You know that's how it's going to be. A number of the complaints were also directed at J.K. Rowling, who openly criticized the law and said she won't comply if she must refer to trans-identifying men as women. She's not going to do it. Man, she's been really strong on that.
Yes, she has.
She fired right back on X when people started complaining. Most of Scotland is upset and offended by Yousaf's bumbling incompetence and illiberal authoritarianism, but we aren't lobbying to have him locked up for it.
Well, actually, they are.
They are now, yeah, because he deserves it, frankly. All right? I mean, the world is going insane. The West has just lost its moral compass, and we're adrift at sea. And it's sad to see every day, but that's just a fact.
Surprising. I mean, you mentioned she's been really strong. I mean, she has not bent the knee to that at all.
No, she hasn't.
At all. There's been no backtrack at that.
And she's gotten a lot of flack.
That's tough to do.
Yeah, people have burned her books over it, boycotted her. They ravage her online. Doesn't matter. She just keeps going.
Now,
it's pretty amazing.
Again, that's an example of, she gets ravaged online. So,
right.
But now, governments are trying to take action. Right?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go bathe in my $1 billion, and I'm just going to take a bath in it. I got a whole bathtub filled with cash, and I'm going to try to relax and take comfort.
Will that get you past?
That'll get me past the online ravaging. Online. Yeah.
I don't know that I'll be able to scroll past it. Let me move my $1,000 bill.
I mean, she sold more books than any human in the history of the planet. Last I saw, it was well over 500 million. I don't know where she is now, but it's probably well beyond that. I mean, it's incredible. So, she can take some solace in that, I'm sure. That does help.
That does help.
That
yes,
numbs
it does.
Some of the pain you get from mean comments online. There's some interesting conspiracy theories about the total eclipse that are circulating online, of course. The flurry of bogus worries online come as the total eclipse will be visible across, part of North America Monday. This year's eclipse will begin over the South Pacific Ocean. It'll cross North America, passing over Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. You got the 15 states with cities like San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, and Montreal. So if you're in any of those cities, you should be able to see the total eclipse as well.
And there's some smaller areas outside of those areas that are in the actual, full totality. And you get the, 4 minutes? 4 minutes of the totality. So, because I think I think my wife said our house gets a minute and a half or a minute 40 seconds or something.
Oh, really?
From 'cause she was thinking about going somewhere else, take pictures, and I said, "Have at it." You do what you do, boo.
You do you. That's my favorite expression, right? You do you. One wild theory has surfaced that claims the eclipse, I love this, the eclipse will cover the entire planet and will last for 5 days.
Okay.
Where does that come from?
Okay.
Where's the science in that one? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, no, that's not going to happen.
Really?
Yeah. A, it will not cover the whole Earth. B, it will not last for 5 hours, let alone 5 days. It might not even last 5 minutes. You said it was 4 minutes, right?
I think the most. I obviously looked it up.
It is 4 minutes.
But I think the most of where you could be for the full totality is just 4 minutes.
Okay. I mean, where does this stuff come from? Other conspiracy theorists have pointed to verses in the Bible when discussing bogus claims about the eclipse. On TikTok, it was claimed that the eclipse will pass through 7 or 8 U.S. cities named Nineveh.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that one?
I did see that, and they
named
gave
after
me
the city in Iraq that was described as evil in the Bible, and Jonah had to go there and
because there were a bunch of
preach
cities in
repentance
the
to them.
U.S. named that it was going to pass over.
There are apparently quite a few cities or townships or areas named Nineveh. They looked for them. They only found, I think they found 6. Only 2 of them are in the path of totality.
Okay. I feel like it was more than that.
That's according to this article.
All right.
Yeah, 2 of them. So not 7, but there are 2 cities named Nineveh
that it passes over.
That it does pass over. One of them's in Indiana, and I forget where the other one is. Maybe Texas.
I can't remember now. The map I first looked at was like there was, hey, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just be careful.
Yeah, right. Some have attributed the eclipse to helping the city of Nineveh receive Jonah's message. Oh, because supposedly Nineveh, while Jonah was preaching to them, experienced a total eclipse. Should be it'd be interesting.
See?
And now happening again, and 2 Ninevehs are going to experience it.
Maybe more. I gotta find that stupid Nineveh story.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
I had that stupid Nineveh story where.
So it's a 2,575 mile path. And, it'll go dark in the middle of the day. Do you know what time it's going to happen? I don't even know.
1:48.
1:48.
1:48.
Okay.
So, but it's like a 3-hour or 4-hour event.
Yes,
it's like a 3-hour tour.
Yeah, because it takes a while for the moon to cross.
Wait, what? It takes a while for the moon to cross?
To cross into the path of the sun.
I thought you just it magically boop, dark, like you turn it on and off a light.
No, it's not like that.
It doesn't go really fast. Plus,
and don't look directly at it.
Do not do it
with your naked eye.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Is that for real?
You have the right glasses.
It'll burn your retina right out of your head.
Make sure you have the correct glasses. None of those cheap knockoffs.
Right. Eclipse glasses, solar filters, or a solar telescope.
Yeah.
I would think, could you not just hold up your
phone?
iPhone?
That's what I'm doing.
And look through it that way?
That's what I'm doing.
Could you not just do that?
No.
Why?
Wait, why not?
Because you're going to burn your phone and your retinas. Are you kidding me?
No, I wasn't kidding
Pat,
you. Huh.
Millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions
Blind?
of people on this planet when there were eclipses that didn't have glasses at the time.
They went blind?
They all blind.
Wow.
They're wandering the earth blind.
Wow.
Because
they looked directly
at the eclipse. Because no one knew.
Well, they didn't have glasses at the time.
That's correct. They didn't
have eclipse glasses.
Did you guys see that the
wandering around blind.
The path got a little bit adjusted?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, a
little more to the right.
Yeah.
Why?
My house is
because
barely now. I'm so upset.
The science knows exactly what's going to happen.
I'm so upset.
We know exactly what's going to happen.
I got to go literally to the QT to go see it.
No.
I'm like at the border.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if you know this, but you could just look up.
But according to the... Which
right
sky
there.
am I looking up to?
Yeah, you just look up. It's
but
right
which
there.
one?
It's right there.
Right there. It's the one above you.
Yeah.
The one up.
Up.
Yeah.
Got it.
Understand.
Yeah. You look down, you probably won't see it. So
I mean, the last time it went across, I did go out and I looked.
Did
at
you
it,
look?
And yeah, I did, and it was cool, and I lasted about, I don't know. I don't think it was a minute, and it was 30 seconds maybe. I was like, that's cool. It looks great.
We're
done.
When this happened.
But you were in Utah, right?
At a conference, right?
Yeah, I was at a conference. Everybody,
that's right.
they paused the conference.
To go outside?
3,000 people went outside and all stood there like morons, gaping up at the sky.
Everybody,
It was cool.
I hope everybody had glasses.
Many of them did. But some of them went.
Did they have to be
stark
treated
raving
for
blind
blindness?
right away? Yeah, stark raving blind. But you're looking up there, and we stood there for, I swear, half an hour just staring at the sky.
Just
I'm
for
like,
30 seconds?
Okay, this was fun for 30 seconds. I get it.
Yeah,
Now, I get it. I'm ready to
really
move on.
cool.
Let's go back to the
It's really
conference.
cool.
Nope.
Plus-
everybody's standing there looking at it.
I mean, you're at this conference trying to figure out how to sell Tupperware. You're not worried about the eclipse.
Right.
Did you meet your goals for the year?
Yes.
Okay.
My Tupperware goals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
It's important.
It is important. It is. You got to have Tupperware goals.
You do.
Otherwise, you don't meet them.
You don't
know what I
move
mean?
up the pyramid.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. All right. Abortion has been the greatest sin in our nation, in our history, and it happens every single day, even after the Roe v. Wade decision. And unfortunately, that was just the first step in a long list of steps toward eventually cleansing our country of that horrific stain on our conscience. The Ministry of Preborn empowers young expectant mothers in crisis to choose life. Preborn has rescued hundreds of thousands of babies' lives through ultrasounds. That's where you come in. It costs $28 to show a woman an ultrasound. You could do $28. You could do $28 a month, which would sponsor ultrasounds for a whole year. I mean, it would be so helpful if you could afford it. If not, maybe $1. Whatever you can do, it'd be greatly appreciated. So to donate, dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or just go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a few tweets here from Stand Up Chuck. I'm curious to see how a solar electric vehicle works on the southern ice cap of the moon. That should be fun, yeah. I'm a lickin' butter. The moon will have high-speed trains before California finishes theirs.
That's probably true.
Joe's stabilizing clown shoes. There absolutely has to be moon daylight savings time and a moon standard time because this government has to find every way possible to spend taxpayer dollars. And what better way than a moon trip twice a year to turn the moon's clocks back?
That's smart.
It is. It is, yeah. Yeah. Gives you an excuse to go there. People will say, why are we going to the moon? We got to set the clocks back.
We have to.
Do you want all their trains to run on time or not? I think you do, right?
You do.
Yeah. I ever tell you about the time I was on the Tibetan Plateau? Have I mentioned that? Okay. Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures tweets, coming soon, the Office of the Deputy Assistant Lunar Chronologist. Oh, for sure.
That's a good gig.
Yeah, it's coming.
I want that.
Court Jester, I was at the Final Kiss show. The avatars were very Orwellian. I'd like to see that. I bet that's really cool. I heard it's really amazing tech.
Yeah.
Drew Bob, in another 50 years, Branson, Missouri will be full of semi-retired AI avatars. It's funny. Rowdy Introvert tweets.
That's true.
I bet the new Scottish hate speech law has a few carve-outs for certain groups. All are equal, but some are more equal than others.
Yeah, more equal.
High Plains Stranger, the science that claims the eclipse will cover the earth for 5 days, that's the same science that names more than 2 genders. Yeah, it's all really good, powerful science is what that is.
Yes.
That's for sure. I noticed that we played the 60... When did we play that 60 Minutes thing? Was that on Monday? Where they were talking about the Russian energy weapon? Yeah, it was. I think it was just last Sunday, 60 Minutes, right? And 60 Minutes seemed totally totally committed to the fact that, yep, Russian energy weapons are doing this to people.
Oh, the Havana syndrome stuff.
Yeah, Havana syndrome.
Yeah. Okay.
Gives you brain damage.
Yeah.
And whatever.
I just always assumed it was us.
Did you?
Yeah, I figured. I mean, because the way they treated it as, oh no, it's not. It's nothing. There's nothing strange here. These people just had, ringing in their ears and felt that was nothing to see here.
Do you know that the U.S. government or the CIA or whatever determined that the Havana syndrome was not real? It's not a thing. Yeah. In fact, they said the noise wasn't produced by some kind of sonic weapon. It literally turned out to be crickets.
Yeah, which okay. Okay.
I'm giving you Havana syndrome right now.
No, you can't. These are Cuban crickets.
Oh,
I don't know
it has to be Cuban.
I don't know that these are Cuban crickets.
No, I don't think they are. I think they're Texas crickets.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, so you're okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
But that still didn't put Havana syndrome to rest. Apparently, the CIA concluded some kind of mass hysteria. Okay, somebody had headaches and dizziness and nausea.
Now so do I.
And everybody started feeling that because they thought, all right, they're hitting us with sound waves.
Yeah.
So this article claims, don't buy in to the 60 Minutes report from last Sunday. So I just wanted to kind of reduce the fear-mongering a bit, since they're fear-mongering on everything. Everything is Russia's fault. And what's not Russia's fault is Trump's fault, of course. And so we just want you to... And now we've got all kinds of diseases on the way, like the bird flu thing that's going to be 100 times worse than COVID-19. Can we ratchet down the fear-mongering just a tad? Is that possible?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, the Democrats are all over this stuff. They're pushing this like crazy. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Pat Unleashed on Instagram. Threads, youtube.com/Pat Gray on YouTube. Make sure you rate and review, subscribe, hit that bell thing, and you'll be notified of new content. So it works out really well for everybody concerned when that happens. So we're comparing Bidenomics' grocery list from today to 2019, I believe. Apparently... Some think
there's a difference.
There's a little bit of a difference. That prices have gone up under Bidenomics, and that is just so hateful and wrong. And we're trying to correct the record here. Do we have the chart? Okay, we got a graphic,
the difference,
if you will. And there it is. A little look at some of the difference. The new prices. On,
the first one was the first
items.
shot was the old price, right?
All right, let's see the old price again, and then do we have a split screen we can do or no? Oh, okay. I see what you're. That's really high tech. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so 2019 prices, like eggs, for instance.
We have to do it one at a time. Toilet paper, go.
$2.36. Now let's see what it is today.
Those are eggs.
$2.36 up $1.48 to. Can you go to today? Can you switch it to today? No. Okay. $3.84. $2.86 to $3.84. Huh.
I mean, holy cow.
Is that up or down?
That's
up or down.
I'm not a mathematician.
I'm sorry to put you in that
go out
corner.
On a limb and say up.
Did you carry the one?
I did just now. I'm going to go with up.
Okay.
We've upped our egg prices. now up yours. Our price of eggs, like, the big cartons we buy for the cookies, has gone, way more than that. I don't. It's not like a $1.48 increase. It went from I think the cases
it might
we
be
get
for a dozen.
Yeah,
right?
maybe
because you're buying, you're buying
a lot.
like 13
in bulk. Yeah. Well,
you're buying
yes,
a baker's dozen.
Yeah, one extra. So the amount we buy went from $70 per whatever unit it is to $140.
Right.
And I think now it's backed off to about $120 or $130.
Oh, so you're making more money than you ever made.
Yeah, so we're saving a lot of money right now. We're saving like $20 per case.
I mean,
Shut up.
That's what this administration wants you to believe.
Bidenomics.
It's exactly what they do. It's exactly what they do and what they tell us and what we're expected to believe. Yeah, it's skyrocketed, but man, that's because of Trump.
Yeah.
We brought that price down, completely lying to our face.
Yes.
That the price went up under their watch, and now it's down ever so slightly in some cases. But really, the price of eggs is up. It doesn't matter what way you look at it.
Correct.
It's up. Eggs, butter, sugar, all of those things. Some of those things used in Kexi cookies, by the way.
Really?
What?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Eggs, sugar.
Eggs, sugar,
butter.
Butter. Yeah, butter.
Speaking of food.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of food.
I thought we were supposed to have the
eclipse donuts.
Yeah.
Are happening today.
They're happening overtime.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they're there.
And there they are.
There they are.
Awesome.
Yeah, right.
Don't look at the screen. Do not look directly at the
Not
screen
without your
right
glasses.
now. No,
anyway.
you could go blind
I'm
immediately.
sorry, I
Don't do
forgot
it.
to.
Because the
Take
total
that
solar
down.
eclipse donuts from Krispy Kreme are right there. Right there.
Get that off the screen immediately. People are going blind right now.
There you guys have it. There's your pictures. Of
There
you
it
guys.
is. There it is.
So
Okay.
overtime today.
Okay. Now, Jeffy wasn't looking at
I would not look directly
the
at
donuts
the
because he didn't
eclipse
want to
and
go blind. That was very responsible of
I
you.
know.
Surprised that you were able to do that. So good for you.
I mean,
also yesterday, we got our fabulous president whose Bidenomics is working on our behalf. Apparently had a little problem with the teleprompter.
Operator. The teleprompter operator.
oh.
You had to tell the teleprompter operator to
Be
go
clear.
back.
He's not having a problem.
No, it's the operator, of course. All right, let's see that.
I got into Wilmington, and one of the, please move all that back, by the way. One of the things that I learned early on.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Me neither.
From somebody on a teleprompter, which we use every day, by the way. But yeah, you try not to say, "Hey, teleprompter operator, go back." By the way, move that.
So is he telling him to go back because he's about to go into some story that nobody knows, and then he's going to go back to the teleprompter?
Don't know.
You know what I mean? Like I
don't know.
Yeah, play it again. Because I feel like he's.
I got into Wilmington, and one of the, please move all that back.
Yep,
by
he's
the
going
way.
to start babbling about some story.
One of the things that
and they're moving,
I
and they're
learned
rolling
early
the
on.
teleprompter.
Yeah, which is irritating. I can kind of
I understand.
feel for him there.
Yes.
When it's not happening the way you need it to, but there's
Right.
no way to psychically communicate that to the person running the teleprompter. So I might cut him a break on that one.
Yeah.
But he's now part Greek. Are we sure he's not geek?
Has he
is it Greek
I feel
or
like- has he told us that he's Greek before?
Yeah, he has.
Okay.
Did he do it again, or is
He
this
did
from
it
the
again.
past?
No,
Oh, okay.
he did it again.
Here it is again.
I should start by saying the only reason I'm able to stand here is because of the Greek community. That's not hyperbole.
Oh, this is the Greece thing.
What? The only reason you're able to stand there were his legs given to him by the Greek community?
I mean, was this whole thing built around
All right.
Greece? That's why he said Greece was the one possibilities, right? The whole thing was built about yesterday. Yeah.
Yes. So,
and I let me say this: I use my phone every day. I love my phone.
Uh-huh.
I understand with all my heart. I understand when you go to shows and you want to record it. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing those shots with all those phones, like, it's annoying. Put 'em
yeah,
down.
it is.
Put 'em
Yeah,
down.
it is.
Put them down.
It is. We're living our lives through our phones.
And that's
now.
okay. I get it. I get it.
But
I
look at
understand.
that.
It's just
Stop it.
It's just annoying.
Yeah. It's the president, okay?
Yeah.
He's an a-hole.
Well,
He's a
why are you even
buffoon.
filming that? I know.
Why?
It's not even a Kiss avatar. What are we doing?
I know. It is agonizing. It really is. Now, are these this Biden racist comment? I'm Bidenopolis. Is that from yesterday too?
That's from yesterday.
This isn't from the past?
This is all from yesterday.
All right.
Wow.
See it yesterday.
I think every Greek American in Delaware voted for me because they. No. By the way,
not a joke.
as some of the Delawareans will tell you, that's where I acquired a nickname I'm very proud of. I am Joe Bidenopolis.
Oh my gosh. Again, he continues to be under the mistaken impression that he's funny, he's charming, that he's got interesting stories to tell. None of that's true.
All the Delawares will tell you.
All the Delawares will tell you. I'm Joe Bidenopolis. And I think, has he done the same joke?
I feel like he has, yeah.
I think he's done it
We've
before.
definitely heard Bidenopolis before. Definitely
This is
heard that
old
before.
material trying to resurface.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
are
yeah.
there, and I don't know the answer to this, but is the Delawares full of the Greeks?
I guess.
That's where they migrated to, right? When they came
Is
to
that-
the.
is that where
They
we
went to
sent
the
them all?
Delaware?
They went to
Okay.
Delaware, yeah.
All right.
All right, okay. I mean, whatever.
Okay.
Is that really a... I mean,
And for
I
the
don't
Senate
know.
seat
This
when I
is-
was 29 years old,
Yeah.
it was because started calling me Joe Bidenopolis.
Yeah, there it
Oh,
is.
you think I'm kidding? I'm not joking.
No, I
am
don't think you're...
I'm not joking because
You're
of
not
the
joking.
overwhelming support from the Greek American community.
Yeah. That
Wow,
was
that's literally the same.
exactly the same. Because that's
I
what he
think every
does.
Greek American in Delaware voted for me because they.
Same thing.
No. By the way, as some of the Delawareans will tell you,
Some of the
that's where I
Delawares.
acquired a nickname I'm very proud of. I am Joe Bidenopolis.
And for the Senate seat when I was 29 years old, it was because started calling me Joe Bidenopolis. Because you think I'm kidding? I'm not joking.
No,
am
I think you're lying.
I'm not joking.
I don't think
because
you're
of the-
kidding. I think you're lying because I don't think anybody ever called you Joe Bidenopolis. That's garbage. He's the one who gave himself that nickname. Just like he did with Lunchbox Joe.
Yeah.
Same thing. You know, the papers are calling me Lunchbox Joe because they think that's an insult. It's not. It's not a joke. Nobody called him that.
Not one single
They call
person.
me middle class Joe. Nobody called him that. Nobody. No one. Joe Bidenopolis. So did he go to a Greek church? Did he tell that story yesterday too?
Went to a Greek church.
All right.
Oh, my gosh.
There he is.
One of the things that I learned early on was that I had a very close relationship with the Greek American community, for real.
For real.
In the heart, and real. In the church there as well.
The church as well. There too, as well. Also. I mean, over and over and over.
He's the worst.
Panders this way. Need we go back down that road?
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid.
Right.
I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter, so I got a little Italian in me now.
It doesn't
Italian.
work that way.
But
Okay.
everyone in town was either Polish or Italian.
Right.
I grew up feeling self-conscious. My name didn't end in an SKI or an O.
Sure.
I was sort of raised,
raised.
in the Puerto Rican community.
Puerto
at home,
Rican.
politically.
Okay.
And so we came here for a long time. I got raised in the black church. He knows I'm not kidding.
I got my education
Not kidding.
for real
In the black church.
in the black church.
Right. But
That's
then.
not hyperbole. It's a fact.
Okay.
I probably went
Jewish.
to shul more than many of you did.
Went to shul. Synagogues.
You all think I'm kidding.
No.
I can tell you.
I think you're lying.
I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home. I just have one thing to say.
What is it? Oh, now he's Hispanic. Okay, because he's got this.
Oh, yeah, he plays the song.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he loves Hispanic
He
music.
dances on stage with this
And
god-awful
for the
song,
Senate
too.
seat when I was 29 years old,
Yeah.
it was because started calling me Joe Bidenopolis. Because you think I'm kidding? I'm not joking.
Okay, that's embarrassing.
It sure is.
It's absolutely
I
embarrassing.
mean, he's been
Come on.
doing the same pandering BS for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he still continues on because that's all he knows.
Yep.
And if anything else is happening in his life medically,
Yeah.
he's going to continue to tell the same stories
Just
over.
come up with
and
one
over
new thing.
again.
One. one new thing, maybe. How about that? Can you do that? Can you do one new story that you've made up?
And seeing that again. We're back to the same thing. This is why he's not out there talking about his call with Netanyahu, talking about
he's
the
terrible.
NATO summit. He can't be. He just can't be.
Yeah.
So, Peter, why don't you stop asking me about it?
Right. The guy's awful. You've seen him, Peter, haven't you? Peter Ducey. How many times have you seen the president? You know why he's not out in front of this thing. You know why.
Don't jump.
Want to welcome a new sponsor to the podcast, Balance of Nature. Let me tell you, making sure you have fruits and vegetables in your diet is so important. But it can also be difficult, especially if you're busy or if, like in my case, you hate vegetables. I am allergic to kale. All right? It doesn't make me break out in hives. It makes me vomit. I don't like kale.
And every morning we see you with your bottle. What's your bottle?
Yeah, look at it right here. There's the Balance of Nature vegetables that I take.
Every morning you take it.
And here's the Balance of Nature fruits that I take.
I didn't know those were in there.
Yeah. Oh, you stay away from them.
They're not for you, Fisher.
Stay away from
They're
them.
for the host.
I was just remarking. I didn't realize they were there.
They're still. I threw them away. They're not there anymore. But the average person doesn't even eat half of the recommended servings in a day. So, I mean, that's a huge gap in our nutrition. And inflation has seriously increased the cost of fruits and vegetables. So that's why Balance of Nature provides an on-the-go solution, and they haven't raised their prices for 10 years. Their proprietary blend of 31 fruits and vegetables come in easy-to-swallow capsules and will give your body so much nourishment that it will thank you for it. Imagine trying to eat 31 different kinds of produce in a single day. It's virtually impossible, but that's what you get with Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. When you go to balanceofnature.com, you'll get 35% off plus $10 off any additional sets with your first order as a preferred customer by using my discount code PAT. That's limited to 5 sets, but you'll save a ton of money while getting the fruits and vegetables you need in your diet. So go to balanceofnature.com, use the promo code PAT, and get 35% off. Balanceofnature.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
I want to show you this guy who's on his way to work and encounters the obnoxious, hideous Palestinian protesters. Again, they're blocking his way to get into where he needs to go. And so he gets out of the truck a little bit angry. And here's what happened. They were screaming at him because
he was trying to get into work.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna die. You want to?
Oh, get out of my way or somebody's going to die.
And he
takes out a knife.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel his frustration.
They're
though.
trying to get into his vehicle. No, thank you. Get back off me.
Right.
If you want to go to prison, you get out of the way. I gotta get to my job.
Think about your future.
These a-holes, man.
I mean, I can't.
They think they're entitled to do this.
Think about your future.
Yeah, why are they able to do that?
I
This guy's
don't
trying
know.
to get in his car.
Why are you gonna hurt people?
Don't you dare.
Why are you gonna hurt people?
Pause it for a sec. They're filming this thinking he's the one in the wrong. They're the ones blocking his route to work. It's unbelievable. And then they're the ones who've been offended here. They're the ones who've been assaulted here.
Because he pulled a knife.
Yeah, right. I mean, was that the right thing to do?
Probably not.
Probably not.
He didn't stab anyone.
No, he didn't. Fortunately, he did not stab anyone. But man, you can't do this. You can't block people's route to work or to school
No
or
matter
to the
where
hospital
it is.
or wherever they're going. Get out of the way. Protest if you must on the sidewalk or at a park or wherever. It's illegal to be blocking these roadways.
I know how we let that happen. I
don't know.
I don't understand.
They should be removed physically, forcefully, removed every single time.
Agreed.
Every time they're sitting in the roadway, they should be dragged away from that roadway by their hair. Because that would be a little bit of a deterrent, I think, for your future endeavors of sitting in a roadway. Okay, I'm going to grab you by the hair and I'm going to pull you out of the way.
And it shows other protesters, this is what's going to happen.
Yes.
This is what's going to happen.
Right. It's got to stop. We can't keep allowing this. And this poor guy, man, do I feel his pain. Because I'd be so pissed.
Oh, man, I would be so angry.
Oh, my gosh. And you want to just brandish it and show it to him, you know, if you had a weapon. I mean, really bad things can happen when you're doing that, but I completely understand the sentiment. It's not good.
No, it's not. And he should have just run him over. He shouldn't have stabbed him.
Yeah.
He should have just run him over.
Oh, I didn't see you there in the roadway.
I did.
Oopsie daisies.
And go to work.
But they scream like they're being killed or something. Get out of the way, then!
I've got to go do my job.
Get out of the way! How?
I would be so angry.
Oh, my gosh. I'm angry on his behalf.
I am, too.
And it didn't happen to me.
I know.
And I'm just filled with rage for these people. Filled.
I am, too.
With rage. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's finish it. Because it ends.
Hey, careful.
It ends okay. He gets back in and.
Don't you dare.
Why do you want to hurt people?
Shut up.
Be ready. I don't want to hurt people. We have eyes on you, sir.
Oh no.
Eyes on you, sir.
Listen to this.
Don't do that.
Like they're in the right.
We have eyes on you. Stop. We have eyes on you.
And there they are, standing in the way of his vehicle again. I can't.
This whole thing was
take
filmed
it.
as they're in the right.
Yeah, right.
The whole thing was filmed.
We got eyes on you, sir.
Yeah, you know what? I've got eyes on you too. Okay? And I got a car that's going to be on you. If you don't move.
I don't understand.
I don't either. But they think they're entitled. It's that sense of entitlement. Like I can be wherever I want because I don't agree with what's happening.
Right.
And I'm going to ruin anybody's day, anybody's living. I don't care because it's all about me and what I want and what I want to do right now. And what I want to do is block your path. It's unacceptable. It just can't continue to happen.
Because me blocking your path is going to make you realize
that I'm right. That I'm right. That you should support Hamas just like I support Hamas. Yeah, that's not the way to go. I've told that story a million times about the Houston protests. This was 20 years ago now.
Stop for a second. Can we play what Pat's going to say?
Yeah, okay. What am I going to say? What story is it?
I'm going to guess.
All right.
The garbage trucks in Houston.
They're not garbage trucks.
Oh, abortion clinic.
No. You still got it wrong. I guess I haven't told it enough. Because the downtown janitors were pissed off. They weren't making enough money. So they did a protest. And on one of the busiest streets in Houston, Westheimer, they would drive into the middle of the intersection and just dump garbage. They weren't garbage trucks.
Okay, it was garbage.
They were just janitors who had
apologize. It was garbage
bags full of garbage, and they threw it in the middle of the road. Okay. How is that making me friendly toward your plight? It's not. And neither is getting in my way on the way to work. It is not the way to win friends and influence people.
It doesn't matter what I'm on the way to.
Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't matter at all.
Get out of my way. Mm-hmm. These are thoroughfares.
Yep. It is illegal for you to be in the street like that. It's not legal. It's not okay. Get out of the way. There's a reason you don't sit in a busy street because you could be killed. And eventually, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
This is what happens when we've coddled the kids. We haven't let them go outside.
They think they're entitled to do anything they want.
Outside and played
and
realized, little Billy got hit by a car playing out there in the road when we were 5. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm going to do that.
Right.
You said you can't sit, but can I glue myself to the street?
No.
No, I can't do that either?
You can't. No, not legally. And when you do glue yourself from the street, you're going to be ripped from that place. Torn. And you're going to lose some skin.
You can come back and take a photo later of the skin that's left on the concrete.
And then some idiot person is going to be yelling, "Our eyes are on you! My eyes are on you right now!" So what?
I would be so angry.
Oh my gosh. I'd be arrested.
It is, obviously you question the pulling of the knife. I got it. But
yeah, right. It wasn't the right thing to do. But he fully understand.
Make the case he's scared for his life at that point.
He could.
Right?
They're chasing after him like that. Yeah, they were all
trying to get
running
in his vehicle.
to his vehicle, and one of them tried to get in.
Twice.
Multiple times.
Maybe you come out with the pepper spray and you start spraying.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
You just start
That's not a bad idea.
Because you start spraying.
Right. Will they move? If you spray pepper spray or bear spray in their face, I bet they will.
I bet they would, yeah.
Oh, bear spray is even better because you can aim the bear spray.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Do that.
If this is happening in your area, you might want to carry around.
Invest in some bear spray. Be awesome.
Amazon.com.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
Now, I'm not condoning spraying anybody's eyes.
No.
What? That's not what we said.
Not on Eclipse weekend, we're not.
No.
I'll tell you that.
Weekend, yeah.
Not on Eclipse weekend, we're not. This is a 3-day weekend coming up, isn't it?
Wait, what?
Are we all off Monday?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Darn it. That was a vacation.
Some schools are closing down.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you on Monday. Plus, we'll also see you for overtime coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.